A little over a month ago, after U.S. Senator Mary Landrieu conducted an energy tour of 3 major ports in Louisiana, the Senate Energy Committee chair held her first ever field meeting in the heart of Acadiana. News 10's Hope Ford was there. Hope joins us now live in the studio with more on today's initial talks. Hope?
Thanks, Darla. The Lafayette Cajun Dome, once the scene of the 2010 drilling moratorium rally for survival, was the meeting ground for Landrieu and Louisiana energy and gas companies. The topic of discussion, how to create high-paying energy jobs and boost offshore production while creating American resource independence. The answer is wrapped up in a new 5-year energy plan.
The Department of Interior is developing a new 5-year offshore energy lease, and with that comes preparations to achieve energy security for the U.S. while expanding on the Gulf of Mexico Security Act. First drafted by U.S. Senator Mary Landrieu in 2006, that plan opened up 8.3 million offshore acres, generating nearly 2 million additional barrels of oil per day. The next plan is aimed at expanding further, with the hope of transferring resource dependency from other countries to local coasts.
This 5-year lease is going to transcend this administration into whoever the next president or the next administration is. So it's very important that we get it right and we start to advocate opening more access. If the Atlantic or the Pacific become part of the leasing, then Louisiana benefits.
We want the country focused on America's energy coast, on what we provide in way of jobs and economic opportunity.
Landrieu heard testimony from government panelists before hearing from Louisiana companies, including the executive director for Fouchon and oil and gas mega giant Shell. Panelists called for deeper channels and higher investments from the federal government in an industry that creates significant revenue streams. Offshore operations bring in $10 billion annually, according to Landrieu, who recently developed a piece of legislation that involved revenue sharing.
A small percentage that will come back to help us build our workforce, save our coast.
Landrieu says hosting the first of several field meetings from the epicenter of the deepwater industry and collecting testimony serves the country's politicians who lack a true understanding.
Washington doesn't either know or fully appreciate the oil and gas industry ramifications. When we talk about creating middle-class jobs, no industry does it better than this industry.
This is the first of what Landrieu says will be many meetings across the nation to discuss the new 5-year lease. The senator says that plan must change resource dependency from other unstable countries to the United States in order to have good things happen for the oil and gas industry, the state, and the nation.